We're at my house. This is Jose Canseco. Of course, everyone knows who I am. And of course, this segment, of course, is The Truth Hurts with Jose Canseco. And this segment, we're going to talk about credit. But of course, let me introduce the man here. This is super entrepreneur icon Keith Middlebrook. And his specialty is credit, the score, finance, and real estate. So I met this guy in the summer of 2005, and he's definitely helped me out tremendously. He's brought my credit level from subpar underground to an amazing around 800.
842.
842, which is, you got to give the man some credit.
Priceless in today's world.
It's priceless. But let's talk about, what is credit? Explain to us who are not as educated as you are, what is credit?
Okay, let me slow down when you say this. Everyone could say when you're 15, 16, and 17, you have this magical thing called a credit report. And no one's ever signed up. No one ever had a law firm. No one had an attorney. No one had an explanation, a class, a course, a signature, a notary. You magically have this thing that in 67 years of credit reporting, there's not one signature of one American saying, I agree and consent to doing this. And I pointed this out to the district attorney, Catherine Taylor, and she goes, you're right. I said, are they even legal? No. Everything they do is illegal. Plus, if you have great platinum credit, they'll say to Citibank Platinum, BofA Platinum, you'll get an incredible offer in the mail. You go, pre-approved? This is weird. I didn't fill this out. How am I pre-approved? If you have bad credit, they'll say to a tote the note lot, a prepaid credit card, a bankruptcy attorney. They go, this is weird. They're selling my credit, selling my scores, selling my profile without my permission of all the Americans, and they're keeping all the money.
So what do they do that? Are they trying to trap you in some type of, you use their credit, all of a sudden, it seems like to me that when you use credit, if you're not educated in the world of credit, it seems like you're being trapped, you're being bamboozled. All of a sudden, you're paying these huge fees, you can't afford to pay, your credit drops, you're paying these incredible penalties. So what really happens?
Well, I'm glad you said that, because when you graduate high school and college, it's not your grade scores that matter, it's the credit scores that matter, because that will determine where you're living, what you're driving, where you go, your goals, your quality of life, if you can travel, your insurance, your banking, your finance. It literally controls everything about you. But there's not 1 hour of class. So it's very important that you just pointed that out. Yeah. Every American goes through this. And I thought about this. I said, is this even right and legal? And I found out it's not.
It's not.
And so, however, I had started these fitness centers in 1990. And I went through, had a great run. Then I had to go through a custody battle with my daughter. Then I had to go through bankruptcy, $4 million. I had 16 pages of negative items on my report at $4 million, plus foreclosures, plus repos, 16 pages. I wasn't even scoreable. I had no score.
And when you're put in that position, you seem like you're in quicksand. You're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. How can you get out of it? And what information do you have to have it? Who do you have to know, and who do you have to go to?
It's right. So I created the company, my company's Elite Platinum Portfolios, FICO 911, FICO 800 Club. I created that because I thought everything on the internet's bullshit. I can't run my life that way. They don't really teach you. So I created that. So November 11th will be 24 years, because I hit an area that had to do with everyone. Especially, what about the people who have 3, 5, and 6 kids? What about people that you've gone through a divorce, or your company went out of business, or you went to a medical situation, it's destroyed. Now you can't even get a loaf of bread, a credit card, a place to live. And however, it's why it impacts every American right now today. And Donald Trump has created the greatest economy in U.S. history. Like the house he's going to get is $800,000. We're getting an $800,000 home. In 5 years, the equity on that home will be increased $340,000.
Well, we hope.
No.
Everyone hopes.
No.
That's what you want. Equity to build up in your home.
Well, it's going to go up until someone gets in there and increase the taxes, increase regulations, right, which is going to destroy the economy. So we know this. For the next 5 years, and I'm great at predicting this, 320 to 340,000 in that one home with this 800 score.
Okay, so tell me something, because you're right. You mentioned something about medical. I got caught up in a situation where, of course, I had insurance, and insurance doesn't cover everything. Even the best insurance may cover 90%, but sometimes it doesn't cover a percentage. And I really didn't find this out till later on when I got hit with these bills. Now, I've been traveling out, I've been moving a lot. All of a sudden, these bills went to collections. My credit dropped like 150 to 200. That's ridiculous. All of a sudden, for bills that are maybe $3,000-4,000, you can pay off right away. But how do you fix that? How do you avoid that?
Well, first let's discuss this. If you pay the collections off, they're not going to go away. They're on there for 10 years as a paid collection.
Wow.
And the collection companies will lie to you and say, hey, oh yeah, go ahead and pay the $300 or $400 and $500,
and we'll clear it for you.
And your score will go back up.
But that's not what their interest is. Their interest is just you pay them the money and then they just disappear.
But when you pay them the money, you only get 40% of the score value back.
Wow.
Because on the thing it says seriously collection or attorney filed, and you only get 40% back because it's now from an unpaid collection to a paid collection, which is still derogatory. So it's still going to be derogatory. So people are thinking, I'm going to pay the collection plus the attorney's fees plus the collection fees, because it's always more than that than the thing is, right?
Right.
They've increased it. You could have a $62 speeding ticket or a parking ticket. Now it's $348 of the fees added onto it. Or even medical's the same way. So when you pay that, it's not going to return the score. So I delete them. I have a system. I completely delete them and vanish. So you get full 100% score value back. And I'm great we're having this TV show.
And this is 100% legal, by the way. Make sure you explain to them that this is just what people don't know. They don't understand that they have these options. And Keith is here to educate you guys without giving away his secrets, of course. He's here to kind of educate you guys on what he does. And there are other options. There are other avenues to get help.
Well, first let's contact me. However, I have a book, CD, ebook coming out called The Power of Score, in which I'm going to educate you and train the people who buy this how to completely remove a collection that's paid or unpaid to get four score value back.